everybody, it's Chris. Monday, August 19th, first day of the Democratic National Convention. I will be probably posting more videos this week, as I did during the Republican convention. If something strikes me, if I see a speech, if I've got a thought, I'm going to post it. I also may do a few YouTube shorts on that front. I don't know. I'm going to continue to kind of experiment. But so look for maybe a few more videos. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver, but look for a few more videos. Also, Easter egg. I've changed something about my background. Tell me if you notice it in the comment section. Okay, so tonight, Monday night, is Joe Biden night at the Democratic National Convention. Now, a month ago, July 19th, every night was going to be Joe Biden night at the Democratic National Convention because Joe Biden was going to be the nominee. He obviously dropped out on July 21st and is no longer the nominee and is sort of weirdly out of place a little bit at this convention, I think, for lack of a better word. I think it's really hard for the Harris people to kind of manage the Biden thing at the convention. And I want to talk a little bit about Joe Biden because we're probably not going to talk a ton more about him, and this is kind of his night. What I want to focus on is the fact that Joe Biden is still pissed off. I think you have to put yourself in Biden's shoes. Okay, so until a month ago, at least, certainly 2 months ago, before the first debate, you thought not only you were going to be the Democratic nominee, but you thought you might be the only Democrat who could win the election. You did not think Kamala Harris could win. That's why you weren't running. You weren't dropping out and letting her run. And you wanted to continue to be president. Okay, today you are giving a speech on the first night of the Democratic convention, which is like the least desirable night. I mean, you'd rather speak than not speak, but it's not exactly. Monday is not prime time. Thursday, maybe even Wednesday is prime time, but certainly not Monday. So your circumstances have changed drastically. And there's been a lot of reporting, particularly over the last couple of days, about how Biden is dealing with this. And the reality situation is I don't think he's dealing super well with it. I know the storyline coming out of that July 21st announcement was he did what was good for the country. He put country over party. Sort of. Like, I think it's really important to be transparent about what happened. Joe Biden had a terrible debate. It was clear he was not going to be able to win the race. He insisted over and over and over again in the weeks after that debate that he was staying in the race, that he was the best candidate to win, that he had gotten 14 million votes and nobody had gotten any votes other than him in the Democratic race, who was a potential nominee. And then he dropped out. And he dropped out because he was under massive pressure to drop out. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Barack Obama, all these people had, Hakeem Jeffries, all these people, Democratic leaders, had gone to Biden privately or back-channeled to Biden privately and said, you need to get out. It's not working. And they were threatening to go public with that Biden was not only going to lose, but he was hamstringing their chances down ballot if Biden didn't get out. And he got out. Okay, so the party has rapidly moved on. That's not an easy thing for Joe Biden to deal with, right? All of a sudden, he was losing the race, and now Kamala Harris is winning the race. Democratic base voters were totally unenthused about him, and now they're super enthused. If you are a human being, you understand why that would be difficult to grapple with. Joe Biden has been in politics since the early 1970s, 50 years. This is not how he wanted the last chapter of that book to go. He did not want the last chapter, one of the last big speeches he gives, to be on the first night of the Democratic National Convention. And he is pissed because he feels as though he was pushed. He was forced into this decision, which he was. And I think that's totally fine to acknowledge, right? This is the reality of the situation. He did not want to leave. He was forced to say, okay, I have to leave because he was going to have an open revolt on his hands. Now, how much of that will come out in the speech? Very little, right? Very little. I would assume none. It's a pre-programmed speech. He's going to have it written. It's going to have gone over a bunch of times. But I do think it is telling that Joe Biden, after he gives the speech on Monday night, will leave Chicago, not participate in any more of the convention, and go on a vacation in California. I mean, I guess he could go further away, but not I guess he could go to Hawaii, but not in the contiguous United States. It's hard to get further away, right? So he's going to California. There's symbolism there, right? He was pushed out. He has spent the last 3 weeks or month watching a person who he did not think was capable of winning this nomination, winning this presidency, surge on the back of excited Democrats who were very unexcited with Biden. That's a hard pill to swallow. It just is. And I think it's okay to acknowledge it. Joe Biden is pissed. He wanted his legacy to end differently. Doesn't mean he won't give a good speech tonight. Doesn't mean he will not be roundly applauded, which he will. But I think it's really important to note he's a human being. And what has transpired over the last 2 months is really, really, really difficult. And, you know, the fact that he's shuttling out of the convention on Monday night after he gives the speech is super, super telling. All right, that's all I got. Again, stay tuned. I'm going to do more videos during the convention all week. If you have not subscribed to this channel, now's the time to do it, people. I'm trying to get to 40,000 by the end of this month. So we got like 12 or 13 more days, almost a month, almost 2 weeks. Let's do it. Let's push. So subscribe to this channel. It's easy and free. Like this video. It's easy and free. Comment on this video. It's easy and it's free. And tell 10 friends to subscribe. That's 10 friends to subscribe because I'm making content every day. This is good stuff. I might make content twice a day, sometimes during the convention. All right? So stay tuned. Make sure you keep checking back and make sure you subscribe so that you can know when my latest pieces go up. All right, everybody take care of themselves and we will be back with more convention reporting. All right.